What's his music without the concept?
It's X2C, Mr. Motherfucking Jones. It's 10 times Goku humiliated his opponent. Coming at you right.
Goku has fought many battles throughout the course of Dragon Ball, some of which were extremely difficult, others were literally the death of him. And more so than often, there were fights in which Goku
I like that drawing. That was kind of fire. I like that.
completely dominates his opponents. In this video, we are going to look at...
He did Recoup so dirty. That nigga beat that nigga like he was his father though, nigga. Yeah, I mean.
10 times Goku has completely humiliated...
Look at the swag of that stance though. Just the... Nigga, I long pole your mama in front of you. You ain't gonna do nothing stance. The fuck is you talking about?
and defeated an opponent. This list is not only exclusive to how Goku dominates these fighters in physical aspects, but also how he overcame them mentally as well. So without wasting any time, let's get right to it. Hey, you guys remember when Goku fought Bruno Mars? Well, neither do I, because it's believed that the music pop star ended his fighting career when facing Goku in the 22nd Budokai Tournament Tenkaichi. Pamput is a famous Thai boxer who has won 2 different international fighting tournaments and is considered to be superhuman by normal people's standards. However, when facing the young Goku, he was utterly humiliated and overwhelmed by Goku's fighting skills, losing in a mere instance. This makes it even more embarrassing when Pamput was talking shit the whole time and even tried to win the fight by attempting to have Goku late to their battle. It's also interesting to note that in the anime, Bulma mentions that Pamput is a movie star that was shown to be in a movie similar to Star Wars, where Pamput also happens to have a weapon like a lightsaber, and there are anime henchmen surrounding him that look similar to the Imperial Stormtroopers. This could have been added to the anime due to Akira Toriyama being a Star Wars fan.
What's the matter, kid? Scared stiff? Or am I just too fast for you?
Were you stretching or punching? Because I couldn't tell.
What?
I am the one, the way your son.
He's supposed to have a thug life glasses on too, man.
Don't need a gun to get respect up on the streets.
Ooh.
Yet another fight in another tournament, with Goku fighting a giant man, which honestly by this point fighting a giant person in the first round of a tournament became such a cliche that Toriyama loves to do. We have seen this cliche in almost every tournament throughout Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. However, what sets this one apart from the rest is Goku beating his opponent by simply poking him. Yeah, like literally, and this man is just huge. His feet alone is bigger than Goku's entire body. But looks can be deceiving, and Goku knocks him out with a single touch.
Krillin, I'm thinking we shouldn't use our full strength. At least not yet.
Is this all baby Goku though? It's just no. Come on, you gotta have where he beat Frieza, Rikum, Dragon Ball GT where he beat the motherfucking
This is not only one of Goku's pivotal performances in the show, but also one of the most satisfying scenes in the show, displaying the utter humiliation of Nappa. You know, the same guy who was completely decimating the Z fighters left and right, causing the death of Tien, Chaozu, and even Piccolo. But enough is enough. Once Goku lands in the battlefield, the mood changes, and Goku's assault unveils in the form of rage, outclassing the Saiyan elite Nappa and putting him down to his knees. In fact, this scene was so glorifying for Goku's character that Toriyama started making a habit of Goku showing up last second to save his friends. And to say the least, I actually really love it. Speaking of Goku saving the day, here is once again a classic moment of Goku jumping to the rescue at the very last moment, by simply one-shotting Rikum. Unlike Nappa, who made so much trouble, Rikum is someone who's even more capable than Nappa ever was, and is considered one of the strongest fighters in the universe at that point, inflicting heavy damage to even Vegeta. However, with Goku's intense 100 times gravity training, he one-shots Rikum. Yeah, all those episodes dedicating to fighting this guy, and here Goku comes,
elbow that nigga in the gut, and that nigga was like, the fuck you mean?
To end it in a single shot.
I'll fuck with Dragon Ball.
Goku humiliates the previous World Martial Arts Tournament King Choppa, a fighter so skilled that he was able to conquer the entire competition without being touched. His reputation as a fighter is incredibly immense. However, once he steps into the ring against Goku, his pride as a fighter is completely shattered and overwhelmed by Goku's sheer strength and speed.
Nigga, karate chop that nigga in the...
This fight makes it on the list because it's honestly one of my most favorite in Dragon Ball Z. It's just the way that Goku handles these self-proclaimed strongest in the
These niggas supposed to be the fastest niggas in the galaxy, cuz. Watch how these niggas do these niggas, bro.
universe by not even trying is so badass on its own. Goku toys with them. His presence is so pressuring that Jace and Burger became so overwhelmed with him. They try everything they can do to shake off Goku, but none of it succeeds. However, once Goku decides to go on the offensive, it ends up with the self-proclaimed fastest in the universe to be completely immobilized by Goku's strength. Plus, Jace's reaction towards
That
what a
bitch
monster
big
Goku
as shit. Niggas just lay it over this nigga like a goddamn motherfucking trophy. Trophies.
was is seriously one of the most hilarious and funniest moments in my opinion.
I don't know who this guy is or where he came from, but he's good. Jeez, I've never seen anything like it. We never even touched him. Now that's one bad dude.
Facts.
I'm bad. But man, I ain't that bad. Sometimes you gotta know when to go.
Scary ass, pussy ass nigga, boy. Come on, Frieza. You gotta have Frieza.
This fight is by far one of the most brutal, classic, and
you.
intense fights in Dragon Ball.
Y'all see
And
how
for a
nigga
great
knew
portion
that
of
shit,
it,
right?
Goku has never been able to dominate. Well, that is until he fulfills an ancient Saiyan prophecy and unlocks a legendary Super Saiyan transformation, which did put him on top by the end of it. But what truly sticks out is how Goku beat Frieza. Unlike most of the fights on this video, Goku doesn't simply overpower Goku in the physical area, but he defeats him as a character, deeming Frieza unworthy to kill, and simply just walk out because he knew he already won. The satisfaction of knowing that was enough for him. But with Frieza, he could not believe that. He could not cope with the idea that he found some.
Bitch, I'm going back a regular. Bitch, I don't need Super Saiyan. Fuck is you talking about, bitch? I am shitting on your whole entire existence, bitch. You big shoulder having ass, bitch. Big say it with your chest ass, bitch. Big strong neck, everybody played fucking football in my family ass, bitch.
Someone who could actually fight back. When Frieza resorts to insulting Goku, Goku responds by saying the only attack he is capable of is name calling. This is the moment where for the first time Frieza meets someone who actually has the strength to talk back at him. And despite all the horrific shit Frieza did, Goku spares him, showing him above all the worst creature out there, mercy. That is something that traumatizes Frieza. He couldn't accept defeat, and when that happens and his foolishness reaches its climax, Goku finally ends him.
You fall!
It just, bitch, you're dead, dude. You're murdered. This nigga murdered. Bitch, you murdered the nigga Frieza.
Goku battles the creature of darkness, Yakan, a monster controlled by Barnaby, and is said to be one of the most fearsome monsters in the galaxy. But of course, Goku shatters that image once again when he starts toying with Yakan in his base form no less. When Yakan comments on how is it possible that Goku can see him, Goku says you don't need to see in order to fight. But there is one way Goku can see him in this utter darkness, and that's if he goes Super Saiyan. However, that is when Yakan also reveals that he is able to devour light, which in return makes him stronger. So instead of doing the rational thing and avoid using Super Saiyan, Goku decides to go Super Saiyan yet again and challenges Yakan. But the monster bit more than he can chew and was overwhelmed completely by Goku's power that he just exploded.
Let's go. Let's go. Goku to go? Let me know in the comments.
This is also one of my personal favorites. Goku humiliates the Shadow Dragon Ice Shenron, who unlike his brother Nova, Ice Shenron has no honor in battle whatsoever, trying to cheat his way through the fight by playing dirty. However, despite that, Goku manages to body him. Goku claims he could have beat Ice in 5 seconds, and would have actually succeeded so, had Ice not used Pan as a meat shield. Ice also tries to freeze Goku, but that also fails. And when Ice has nowhere to run, he begins to plead for his life, but only for him to sucker punch Goku and blind his eyes. And with that, enough was enough. Goku angrily punches through his chest and kills him with the Super Dragon Fist. Also, it's interesting enough, the relationship between Ice and Nova echoes the relationship between Raditz and Goku. as both Ice and Raditz are willing to fight dirty, beg for mercy, and view their own brother's morals and honor as a weakness, and try to force their brothers to submit when they oppose their way of thinking. And when you think about it even more, Nova Shenron is a lot like Piccolo, as having once being a rival to Goku, but turned good. This is more feasible when you realize that Nova was formed by the wish to restore the people that King Piccolo killed. I don't know, I just felt this was interesting to mention.
Ooh. 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 If you don't get your dumb ass out the ring, bitch, this is time for you to go.
Although this video is not really a top 10, I feel like putting this encounter in the end of the video is most appropriate, with this fight being a huge influence of Zamasu's Zero Mortal Plan. I mean, this is not just any god, he's an apprentice Supreme Kai, so he is basically a gifted god. But despite that, Goku toys with him in Super Saiyan 2, and what I would describe one of my most favorite fights in Dragon Ball Super. It was done so beautifully, the fight was on ground level, something you rarely see these days in Dragon Ball, which made me reminisce about the fight of Goku vs Krillin. This fight was perfect to convey that Goku overpowers Zamasu not only in power, but in skill, completely humiliating Zamasu, showing him that a mortal can also have the potential to be tougher than a god. Also, I really enjoyed the scene where Gowasu is shocked that Goku survived fighting Beerus. So what do you guys think about the list? Did I miss an important moment? If so, make sure you bitch and complain about it in the comment section.
Pollen on top of her wallet. Okay, my nigga, that was 10 times the nigga Goku-san humiliated this nigga's opponents. You know what I mean, though. The original joint gonna be in the motherfucking description. below. Bitch, I was doing so good. Nigga fell. Bye.